Hello, this is Debbie Drum, and welcome to
Debbie's 5-minute product review.
And today I'm going to be reviewing a product called ConnectExplore. And it is a product that's going to help you get very laser-targeted audiences to target with your Facebook advertising. Okay, and it's going to take a lot of the guessing game out of specifically who to target your ads to. And it's a phenomenal tool, so I'm going to show you what it does. So I'm going to go here to audience search because this is what we want to do. We want to find the perfect audience for us. And it has a training video here. I've gone through all the training. It probably took me less than 15 minutes to do, so it's very, very quick to learn how to do this. So let's just say I wrote a book and it's like a suspense book, like kind of like Stephen King. So let's say I want to target people who like Stephen King books. So I would put in Stephen King here, and I would I could hit the plus button, but first what I'm going to do is I have these extensions here that I can check off here. And I'm just going to check all of them off, and what it's going to do, it's going to find people who are interested in Stephen King that are in associations, blogs, communities, forums, clubs. So let's just see what it returns when we hit the search button here. And as you'll see, it's going to return results very, very quickly. And here are all the potential interests that we can target for people who are interested in books by Stephen King. And we can go through this manually and add it to our list, which you'll kind of see in a minute. So if you wanted to do another search within this search, and let's just say like suspense books, okay? We can search again. And again, it is going to pull up suspense books, but it's also going to pull up communities, forums, and clubs, things like that. And it's just going to go ahead and add that to the list, okay? So once we find the relevant interests that we want, see here, this is just a general book category, but we can see here Stephen King's book, Stephen King writer, Stephen King the general, suspense books right here. So these people inside of these groups are very, very targeted. Okay, so once you select the actual groups and communities that you want, so probably a lot of these are relevant to Stephen King here. So you would just go down the list. So we have here The Shining, everything. So what you would do is you would just go here, click this, and now it populates all of the interests for you, and you can just literally just click this button and add it to your ad, okay? So let me show you why this tool is so cool, because doing this research manually is very, very tedious. So if we go here to Audience Insights, and Audience Insights is inside Facebook, and it's a very good tool to do research with, okay? Facebook gives you a very good way to find targeted people. So if I go to Stephen King, okay, and then I click Stephen King, we can see here that we can target Stephen King here, right? But we can also go to page likes. So these are top categories that people that like Stephen King are kind of in, right? So these are all the categories or interests, things like that, that we can go ahead and put in as our target audience inside of Facebook. And here are some other pages here. But if we were to do this way, it would be more of a manual process. And as you can see, the results that we get here just by doing it the manual way aren't as much as all the results that we're kind of getting here. All right, so if we go back here, we're seeing things that, you know, we're not even seeing that Facebook is giving us on this page if we're doing the research manually. Okay, so you can keep on layering this and adding more searches, perhaps for specific books that Stephen King writes. And you can do this for any niche. So you can do this for professions like nursing. You can do this for like if you do internet marketing, it'll just find you related niches or interests that you could possibly be missing if you're just doing the research blindly through Facebook audience insights. Okay, it's a good tool, but it's not going to give you fast results that you're looking for, and you may be missing things because you're just not thinking of things and keywords to write in, because you kind of have to know that going in when you're doing audience insights, whereas here the software is going to help you find those audiences for you. Okay, one thing that I really like when you actually go ahead and let's see, we can apply all to ad set here. And with this, you already have to kind of have you don't need to have your ad set up already, but you do need to have your ad set up. You have to have the skeleton of your ad set up in order for this tool to find your ad set. So you have to apply it here, and it's with one push of a button, it automatically applies it to the Facebook group. You can go ahead, or the Facebook ad. You can go ahead and watch the demo video on the sales letter, but it does that automatically. But one of the cool features that I really like is the layering aspect of this. So once you go ahead, or before you apply this to your ad, and you'll probably have way more interest than this, you can go ahead and add a layer. So it adds this layer right here, and you can divide them randomly. See, what it did was it took half the books and it put it into another layer. So this will add the and layer, which will make your audience even more targeted. So these people will have both the interests in both of these categories, which really makes this a very high targeted audience. Now, the audience probably does get a little bit smaller, but the people who you are isolating are very highly targeted, and that's the beauty of this tool. Now, as I said before, this tool is not going to be for everybody because of the price point, and you really have to be kind of a serious Facebook marketer if you're really going to be utilizing these audiences and getting target audiences and doing Facebook advertising. But if you're doing this stuff alone and you've done this stuff alone before, you know how tedious this kind of research could be. And I definitely I love Wilco. Wilco is the owner of this tool. He has a lot of these Facebook tools, and he supports them. So that's why I am endorsing this tool here. And you can play around with it, and you can see how it can target any specific niche that is under the sun, as long as it's big enough to market on Facebook. You can get highly targeted audiences, and instead of having to keep track of all your audiences and having to copy and paste, you can just click a button and it automatically adds all those interests to your ad set. You can save the project for later, which I love, because maybe you want to tweak it, do it, add other interests, make another ad set to add another audience to whoever you're targeting. So I totally dig this software. I'm going to be using it more and more, and it's called ConnectExplore. To find out more information, go ahead and click the button below, and you'll be taken to more information that Wilco will go ahead and show you. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your day, and get the most targeted audiences on Facebook with ConnectExplore. I'll see you next time.